Good morning. It's 6:57 a.m. on Thursday, April 28th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I've been up about 40 minutes. This is 5 more minutes. Yeah, I somehow allowed myself to get sidetracked into reading about politics on Facebook. I don't know why I do that to myself. I ultimately see very little to be gained. It generally just makes me feel upset and frustrated. I don't know. I think, honestly, I think my frustration may be different. A lot of people are feeling frustrated right now, but my frustration is more, it's almost reverse because it's frustration that so many people are frustrated. Does that make any sense? It's more like, I guess what I just is almost completely absent any actual specifics or specific candidates involved. I just have a knee-jerk reaction against people who start to subscribe to conspiracy theory type thinking. And I acknowledge that it is possible sometimes for the people who believe in conspiracies to have some legitimacy to what they're saying. But I think most of the time it is not. And it just bothers me because, well, okay, so let's separate it from all the politics because I honestly that gets everybody riled up, and I'm not really 100% sure that I have a solid conclusion to make. I don't know anything more about it than anybody else. But I'll talk about my resistance to conspiracy theories in general instead. It's that it's very scary because when people have made up their minds based on an emotional decision, like they know what they want to be true, um, and in a lot of cases with conspiracy theories, what that comes down to is the idea is that people are so afraid of something being out of control that they would rather believe that an enemy or some evil organization is controlling everything than to believe that it's not being controlled by anyone. Um, and I think that I can understand the impulse, but the problem is that once people have come to an emotional conclusion, conspiracy theory thinking can develop where any evidence, no matter how anecdotal or trivial, that supports your side takes on crucial importance, and any evidence that contradicts your side, no matter how legitimate or well established, just becomes part of the cover up. And the instant you start saying that any evidence that disagrees with your position is part of the cover up, like at that point you can't have a rational argument anymore. You can't have a discussion. There's no way to actually look at the situation and the facts and try to determine the truth because you have decided that some facts are better than other facts, and that you are the one that decides which ones are better and which ones are worse, and you decide based on whether they support your side or not. Um, and I'm not accusing any specific people here. It's just a pattern of thinking that becomes very common about all sorts of things. I mean, people who think we didn't land on the moon, people who think 9/11 was an inside job, and that sort of thing. Like, conspiracy theories scare the hell out of me. And that's why I have a tendency personally, and this is my general feeling is that I don't think people are that good at organizing or keeping secrets, um, in large part. That doesn't mean that it's impossible for real conspiracies to happen, but it is possible for there to be a real conspiracy and still have it be true that the people who believe that are not believing so rationally, meaning it's possible to be right for the wrong reasons. So I'm not sure what you do about that, but I think it's, I don't know, if everyone was trying to make me happy, what they would do is um, stop assuming that the fact that you only hear news that supports your side from these tiny little slanted political blogs and you don't hear any reporting on it from the major news networks, and that means that the entire media is under control of one side. Because I think that's not true. Anyway, I'm going to try not to talk about politics so much. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.